Hi everyone, welcome to Taste to Explore. My name is Darlene, and what I'm gonna bring to you is sweet and sour pork. I can't wait for you to try it, so stay tuned. So what we have here is 7 pork chops cut into little chunks, and I have already pre-seasoned it in advance. I have put a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of paprika for the coloring, a teaspoon of garlic powder, and a couple of dashes of pepper. And what I'm going to mix as well is 1 egg white with 3 tablespoons of baking powder. And then I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. And make sure that you don't put too much salt because of the soy sauce is going to be salty already. And then 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. And then we're just going to stir. And all the delicious flavors are just going to combine and get all tasty and good for us. And once everything is well coated, then we're going to go on to the next process, and we're just going to lightly fry it. Okay, so I made a mistake. I said baking powder, but it's actually cornstarch. 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. Okay. So right now I have a 1/2 cup of corn oil. You can use canola oil if you prefer, but I would like to get my wok nice and hot so that way I can start putting in my chunk pieces, my pork chop chunk pieces. So I begin putting my pieces of meat in there. You don't want to overcrowd your pan. If you don't have a wok, that's okay. You can use a regular frying pan or regular skillet, whatever you have. And I'm placing my meats in the pan. Try not to overcrowd it. With the pork chops, I cut them into pieces, and I left some of the fat on, so I could just give a really good pork flavor. Just gives a really good flavor. So I'm gonna leave it just about, put a bit more pieces in there. I'm not gonna try to overcrowd it. And it's almost there. Okay, so that's good. So I'm gonna let this cook on medium high for about a minute or 2 on each side. You don't want it to be toasted. You just want to cook it lightly brown, just enough to remove the pink, because it's gonna cook anyway once all the vegetables get mixed in with it. So I'm gonna let this cook for some time. And as you can see, it's getting bubbling, it's getting nice. The cornstarch acts as a coating, and it actually thickens up the oil as well. You just want to form some color. You don't want to overcook it, because then it's going to be dry and tough. We want it to be moist, succulent, and delicious. And it's cooking so beautifully, and it smells incredible in here. I can't wait to try it. Okay, almost time to take out. You see how it's coming out? You want it just a little bit more color, because it's gonna finish cooking anyway. Okay. Alright, so it's been cooking down for the 10 minutes that I said. Okay, so now I'm gonna put in 4 cloves of garlic and 1 tablespoon of ginger. And we're gonna let that mix and cook in. And as you can see, the vegetable is already wilted down. Still holding its texture, but this is the way I want it. Just like this. And now we're gonna put in this. This is 1/4 cup of peach glaze, all right, with 2 tablespoons of ketchup. Okay, make sure that comes out there. Make sure. Okay, then 1 teaspoon of sesame seed oil. And we're gonna mix in brown sugar, and that's 1/4 cup. So I'm just gonna combine everything as such. This is what's gonna give it a sweetness. The meat has the tangy part, which is the apple cider vinegar. So that's what's gonna give it the sour that we need. And then, because that doesn't need to cook down no more, we can place back our meat. And just combine. Look at that. Our finished product is done. Can you believe it? Can you believe that you can actually make takeout at home and it costs hardly anything? And you can cook this at it's a fraction of the time. This may take all day. Give yourself less than a half an hour and you have yourself a wonderful meal. So now I'm going to plate and see how this deliciousness tastes. I know I'm not going to eat all this, but you know, it just slipped in. So let me see. Ooh. Okay. It's hot. Let me tell you something. You gotta get in the kitchen and make this. Dynamite. Dynamite. Definitely better than takeout. And this is what I'm having for dinner. So until then, I'll see you again. Don't forget to follow. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to see another kind of takeout food or whatever, leave a comment below and I'll see you again. Take care. Bye-bye.